What do YouTube? It's your boy Matt the Scat. I'm not gonna really do a whole introduction. You know I'm usually litty in the whole intro. But I'm gonna just jump straight into this video because I gotta do this 2K ASMR gameplay for you guys, 2K22. This video I'm gonna title "The Problem with Jayson Tatum." Okay. Now Jayson Tatum is a potential superstar. Well, you can call him a superstar or you can call him a star player with superstar moments. Any of those are acceptable to me because he does both. So I understand both spectrums. All right. Now, I'm going to put timestamps in the descriptions because I'm going to be talking about different things. But let me just tell you where I have Tatum ranked and like his potential. Before I tell you the problem with him, I'm going to tell you where I make my thoughts on him, right? He's the second best 25 and what do they call it? 25 and under player. The only player that's better than him is Luka. His age, all right, or around his age. It's Luka. That's it. Not Devin Booker. Not Ja Morant. No, he's not. Ja Morant, I get it. He's probably a little more clutch. I like Ja Morant's mindset in the clutch more than Tatum's at this point in time. But if we're just talking about raw ability and potential, no, Ja Morant's not better than Tatum. Jayson Tatum 6'9" can do it all, and he's a better defender. But that's where I view him, right? So, no, I think he's top 10. And my top 10 video, I had him at number 8, right? No, I had him at number 7, right above coverage. My top 10, I'm going to go through it real quick, was Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Jayson Tatum, Luka, Kawhi, LeBron, Nikola Jokic at 3, Kevin Durant at 2, and Giannis at 1. That was my top 10, all right? So that just shows you how I view Jayson Tatum. Out of all the players I just mentioned, Jayson Tatum is the most inconsistent. Jayson Tatum is the most inconsistent superstar or potential superstar I've ever seen, right? Especially in big games like the playoffs, all right? Now, let me tell you, I said this in my prediction video. Go watch that. It's my last video I just uploaded. This is how Jayson Tatum operates, right? He's going to give you one guaranteed ass game like you guys saw in game 1. Now, I'm proud of him because now usually when he has an ass game, he can do nothing right. But he still was a good defender and it was an amazing playmaker. So that just shows his maturity, and he's going to become that player I think he is going to become once he hits his prime, right? To me, he's a top 10 player, but he's the most inconsistent player in the top 10, which makes sense because he's only 24, right? The dude just turned 24. Let's cut him a little slack in those regards. People want him to be a consistent 35 point per game scorer. I'm like, he's 24. Who the hell was doing that at 24? Like, not even Michael Jordan. Like, that was it. Like maybe LeBron, you can argue, but really, those are it. Michael Jordan, LeBron, and Magic. That's crazy. That just shows you how good we think Tatum is because we're gonna hold him to those standards. We know he could be a consistent 32 point per game scorer. But he needs to learn not to take the Kobe shots. And what I mean by this, he's starting to realize it, but he's still like, his game is still immature in some aspects. He likes to take the most difficult shots rather than taking the smarter shots or getting to the line. Getting to the line is a great way, especially if you're missing shots, to get yourself going and to stop runs. Because what does that do? It stops the clock and it gets you points. So it's a win-win situation, right? So Jayson Tatum needs to stop taking the Kobe shots, the contested mid-ranges, the turnaround jump shots, the fading 1-foot threes, and be smart. Now, he can make those shots, and when he makes them, it looks beautiful. He's so crafty, smooth. The only people I can compare offensively to Jayson Tatum in NBA history as offensively is Kawhi Leonard. Not Kawhi Leonard. Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, and Paul George. Those 6'6" and up players with a bag, Jayson Tatum is in that category, right? Now, people try to put him in the Klay Thompson, Carmelo Anthony, Paul George category. I don't view him like that. I think that's I think that's Tatum's floor, right? If we're going to say how bad do you think Tatum's ever going to be, like if his career plays out, what's the worst it's going to be? I'm going to tell you Carmelo Anthony. He's going to not win a ring. He's going to make a bunch of money. He's going to make a bunch of all-star appearances, but he's not going to be one of those guys. He's just going to be an elite scorer. That's his floor. His ceiling is he could be better than Kevin Durant. Because think about it. He can keep up with Kevin Durant offensively. Not as consistent, but let's remind ourselves, he's 24. Once he's 27, 28, he should be a consistent 30 points per game scorer. I'm assuming he does, right? He can keep up with Kevin Durant offensively. Obviously, I think Kevin Durant is a better offensive player. Even when Jayson Tatum hits his prime, I think KD would probably still be a little bit better of an offensive player. But because Jayson Tatum really has, besides consistency, he really has no weakness on his game. He can score at every level. He's amazing at driving in, and when he gets it going from three, he's hitting step back threes, Kobe-esque fading mid ranges. We know his ability. He's dropped multiple 40 and 50-point games throughout the regular season over his career. I know he beat Larry Bird's record for like fastest person to score a certain amount of points. He broke like multiple Larry Bird records, so he's definitely on pace. And that's another point I think. So I think his ceiling is he can be a better version of Kevin Durant. Because think about it. He's a better playmaker, better defender, better rebounder than Kevin Durant. The only thing Kevin Durant is a little bit better at, more consistent at, and a little more clutch is scoring. But rebounding, defense, and playmaking all goes to Jayson Tatum by far. And Jayson Tatum is on par, at least, with Kevin Durant's scoring kind of. Because they're both going to get you at least 25 guaranteed a night, right? But like I said, Jayson Tatum's just inconsistent. So what he needs to do is stop taking the Kobe shots. Get to the line. Play make like you did in game one. Do other little things if you know you don't have your shot going. But I think Jayson Tatum is on his way to being a top 3 Celtic of all time. I think the only people who are going to finish with a better Celtic career when it's all said and done is Larry Bird and Bill Russell. Because Bill Russell has 11 rings. There's no way no one in hell was going to ever catch that again. And then Larry Bird is probably just going to be a little more clutch than Tatum will ever be. But I think Jayson Tatum has a chance to be better than Larry Bird. Because Larry Bird has what? Three rings? Maybe 4? I think he has 3 or 4 rings. If I'm assuming Jayson Tatum's gonna win 1 this year, so what he needs 2 or 3 more. You telling me Jayson Tatum can't win 2 or 3 more rings within the next decade and a half? And especially when Kevin Durant retires, it's just gonna be Giannis and Jimmy Butler and Jayson Tatum for the next decade. So Jayson Tatum for the next decade has basically a 33% chance to win it every year. He's always going to be in it for the next 10, 15 years. You telling me he can't catch Larry Bird in rings, especially with the youth on his Celtics team and the depth and versatility? This man has a chance to make it close. He's going to give Larry Bird a run for his money because he's a better defender than Bird. Bird was a better passer. Even though Jayson Tatum is showing that he's improving in that category a lot, Larry Bird was still a better passer and was more clutch and was a better shooter. So Larry Bird, I'm expecting him to be better when it's all said and done. But Jayson Tatum's going to make it close now. I think he'll be right. If he doesn't become better than Larry, he'll give him a run for his money. But he's already better than Paul Pierce. He's already better than Paul Pierce. He's a better defender than Paul Pierce ever imagined. Better passer than Paul Pierce ever imagined. More athletic than Paul Pierce ever imagined. The only thing Paul Pierce was better at was clutchness, which is very important. Don't get me wrong, I get that. But if we're just talking about skill set and ability and potential, come on now. Jayson Tatum is 6'9", 6'10", has a handle like Paul George, and can lock up a generational talent. Name a player who can lock up a generational talent and drop 30 a game, other than Jayson Tatum. LeBron, Jordan, Magic. You see where I'm going? Kawhi. He's in that category, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm just assuming his game continues to mature. Now, if he just flattens out and stalls, at worst, like I said, he'll be Carmelo Anthony. But his ceiling is he can be better than Kawhi and Kevin Durant. I think he's a better scorer than Kawhi Leonard, but Jayson Tatum's defense is closer to Kawhi's defense than Kawhi's offense is closer to Jayson Tatum's offense to me. Because I know Kawhi has become an efficient offensive player, but let's remember he started out as a defensive player. It's not like he was just a natural born scorer. Jayson Tatum at 6'9", 6'10", came into the league dropping 20 and 30. Like, he's a natural born scorer. So I'm saying there's levels to this offensively. I think he's going to be a way better offensive player once he hits his prime. But thank you guys so much for watching. I think Jayson Tatum's elite. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. Peace. Hey.